Alright, I'm in here. Sorry about that. Technical issues going on here. I apologize, but just in time for the starting grid of this one. And thank you, Kyle, for letting me know that. I had some stuff mixed up there on my end, and I do apologize here, but we'll get everything worked out. It looks like Kyle Edgar is going to be starting on the pole. This one, the 47 truck. On his outside, it's going to be Derek Myers. Second row inside goes to the 38, Richard Swavely. And the 123 of Blake Mosley going to be alongside of him. And hopefully, hey, you can hear me now, right? Hopefully you can hear me now. The number 11 of Scott Crump starting third row inside. And on the outside, last week's winner, Dustin German. He won at Texas Motor Speedway. We got Noah Samples and the 23 of Randy Brashears. And yeah, a little bit of technical issue, but we're back. Green flag is out. Edgar leading this one, Derek Myers in second, Dustin German, Scott Crump. And sorry about that earlier. Blake Mosley running in third, by the way. Yeah, that was totally my fault. And I did say a lot of good information, so we did miss out a lot. Sorry about that. Well, maybe I can cover it here in a little bit. Driver's taking it a little bit easy right now, looks like. On board with Blake Mosley. Dustin German, the current points leader right now, currently right behind Blake Mosley in the 123. Dustin German running in fourth, Mosley in third. Kyle Edgar still leading this one. And the caution does come out here. Looks like we got a driver involved. The 87 might have been involved. Let's take a look, see what happened. Yeah, my apologies earlier. Thank you, Kyle Edgar. Oh, Sean Freeman. He just loses the rear end there coming off into turn number 3. He ends up saving it, didn't hit anything, didn't collect any other drivers, and is able to run back out on the racetrack without making his way down pit road and getting that penalty that we all hate so much. And it's called unsafe pit entry. And now we are back live watching these drivers come down pit road. Scott Crump coming in as your leader, the first one down pit road. Randy Brashears right behind him, following closely. And the last one on pit road is going to be Sean Freeman. Kyle Edgar opts to stay out along with Derek Myers, Blake Mosley, Dustin German, Richard Swavely. I believe he goes by Rick. I might call him Rick. By the way, Kyle Edgar's birthday today here, so he's looking to take home this win for his birthday present. Derek Myers showed back up tonight after winning at Kentucky. Haven't seen him for a while, but he comes in tonight here at Gateway with a pretty fast race truck. Drivers just now leaving pit road. Here comes the 119 of Corey Stansel and the 87 of Sean Freeman making their way back onto the racetrack. And no damage on this 87. Everything looking good so far for him besides that one little hiccup, but he might be able to adjust it. These drivers can adjust their brake bias and turn it more towards the front of the truck. That way it doesn't come around on them like that on the entry when they apply those brakes, and also can adjust it with their foot as well, not hit it so hard. Wow. All right, lights are getting ready to go off on the pace car, and then Kyle Edgar and Derek Myers are going to get side by side. Blake Mosley, he's going to be on the inside of the second row with Dustin German on his outside. Third row is going to be, it looks like Rick Swaverly. And on the outside of him, it's going to be the number 8 of Noah Samples. Good shot of these drivers here as they double up. I believe these drivers do have lane choice on these restarts, so it's going to be interesting to see if they start on the bottom each night or each restart. Drew Harris says, shout out to Corey Stansel. Puppy says, good luck. Good luck, Corey, out there right now. Corey just come in and got him some fresh Goodyears and a little bit more of that Sunoco racing fuel. He's back out on the track, so if this thing goes green, it's going to look good for these drivers that did come down pit row and not so good for the ones that didn't. Kyle Edgar hammers down as the green flag waves. Mosley and German going to one side by side. Looks like the outside momentum worked out for German. He's going to take the third spot from Blake Mosley. Noah Samples running strong in that fourth spot as Kyle Edgar, Derek Myers lead these drivers around. Long way to go still. Lap number 8 coming up here. 8 of 80. It will be only 10% done, so we got a long way to go. And if this thing goes green, we got a potential to see some fuel strategy, pit strategy, and tire wear will come into play. Most of these drivers single file right now. Let's go back a little bit further in the back here and take a look. Let's see, can't see from here. All right. Hollywood Charles Silva's here in the 28. He has Dustin Heath behind him. Dustin Heath is followed by Randy Brashears, Rob Nickel, and Dave Hunt. Them two going at it for position. The 41 moves up the racetrack there. And as he lets Dave Hunt by, Scott Crump slides on by as well. Caught him with the door open on that Dr. Pepper machine. Wow, the 41 might be able to save it. No caution is going to come out for this. Hard into the outside wall there. We watched that live as he got hard on the binders. He lost the rear end just as Noah Samples did. So it looks like trouble on the entry for these drivers. Oh, the same thing happened to Corey Stansel right there as he was trying to move in on Rob Nickel in the 41, and the caution does come out. Richard Swaverly in it. The 38 was up front in the top 5, and now it looks like he's going to be a little bit further back, going to have to come down pit road and use that fast repair. That crucial fast repair comes in handy a lot of times. Let's go back and see what happened to Rick Swaverly here as he come I believe that was off of turn number 4. Let's take a look as we are riding on board with the 38 off of turn number 4 right here. Oh, he taps the outside wall, couldn't hang on to it, and barely missed by those other drivers. Let's watch that one more time from a different view here. Oh, Wow, how close was that? Let's take one more look at it because that was very lucky for, it looks like Charles Silvas makes a good call. Oh, Scott Crump barely misses that one. Very lucky. Good call by those drivers there. Checking out pit road here one more time. And while we're under caution, if there's a driver you'd like to talk to, let me know who it is, what you want to ask them. We'll get them up in here and we'll talk to them. Rick Swaverly come down pit road a lap early, it looks like. So he's on pit road now, but these other drivers making their way onto pit road here. The 41 looks like it's going to be the last car on the pit lane, Rob Nickel. Few drivers staying out. Oh, Rick stops right before pit road there to not get a penalty. Pit road closed on him right there, so he decided not to exit pit road, and I can't blame him. Let's see, the drivers that stayed out, it's going to be Dave Hunt, the 53. He's the first one being scored in first right now. Ryan Kendrick right behind him in the 55. Chris Nabwernick in the 63, currently in third. Fourth is Corey Stansel. As Corey goes from the back to the front here under this second caution of the night. And he's only been out there for a few laps. The one that's been out there the longest out of these drivers is Chris Nabwernick. He's been out there for about 5 laps longer than these other drivers. These other drivers only been out there for 8 laps, and I believe three, maybe 4 of those laps were under caution. So they only have about 3 or 4 laps on their tires, and that's going to put these drivers, Dustin German, Kyle Edgar, which, let's see, Kyle Edgar is going to be the first one on new tires, and then Derek Myers, Dustin German, and it looks like Blake Mosley, and then Charles Silvas, Hollywood. Let's see if we can talk. See if we can talk to one of them. Let's talk to... See if we can talk to this guy, Dustin German. Dustin German, it's Jay Weezy, got a copy. Dustin. Dustin German, it's Jay Weezy, got a copy.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Jerry?
Hey, man, coming in after the win at Texas last week, looking to make it 2 in a row. What's your chances on this? How's the truck feel? Looks like they're having a little bit of trouble on entry.
Yeah, man. It's a little loose, especially getting back to the throttle. It's one of those tracks you have to kind of downshift. I'm not really a big fan of that or too familiar with it, but it's the way to, to be fast. So I'm trying to learn here and try to get this win. Hopefully, man. I want to score that win, put some points on me and the rest of the guys, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, coming in tonight as the points leader, I believe you have 6 points on second place. So good luck out there, Dustin.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
All right, they're doubling up one more time, and they're getting set to go green again here. And I'm hoping to see a long run. I want to see some of the tire wear come into play. And you heard what he said about, having trouble getting into the corners here. Just looks like the brake bias a little bit too far back, so you might want to raise that. In car, you can do that 3%, no further than 3%, but you can adjust it forward 3%, so might as well do it. Interested to see how this is going to play out with Kyle Edgar, the first one on new tires, and he's being scored in 7th. I'm sorry, 6th. Getting set to go green. Pace car is on pit road, and it's on 53, Dave Hunt. Oh, Dave Hunt's, yeah, good restart by Dave Hunt. Really caused some issues a little bit further back. And they go 3 wide, Scott Crump, Derek Myers. Oh, wow. I have to go back and watch that restart one more time to see what. That was definitely not because of the leader. It just looks like some of these cars got a little antsy and wanted to go before they actually went. Let's get a better look. Oh, the 63 of Chris Nabernick, the 11 of Scott Crump, Derek Myers, they all got tangled up together. Let's watch it one more time and see who jumps. Oh, Sean Freeman definitely jumped a little bit further back. Scott Crump trying to get around Chris Nabernick, and the 47 of Kyle Edgar was in front of him. That might have caused a little bit of contact and knocked him down into the 63 of Chris Nabernick, but I'm not quite sure. We can do it one more time if we go back on board. Let's go on board with, I know the 4 was involved, so let's take a look from the 4. Let's go on board with Derek Myers here. Nabernick might have got a late jump there. Oh. Yeah, Nabernick might got a late jump. Might have what caused that. Let's see here. Let's go Scott Crump. He's starting outside here. Oh, Stancil with a little bit of a connection issue. And I believe we're on board with Kyle Edgar. Let's take a look. Yeah, Kyle Edgar. That was from Kyle Edgar's point of view. Scott Crump on pit road here. Maybe we can get maybe we can talk to one of these drivers and find out what happened. Let's do it. Let's talk to the number 8. How about that? Noah Samples. I'm sure he'll know what happened. If not, well, at least we'll get to talk to him. Noah Samples, is Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
There's a tricky restart there, and I hope I'm not messing up your pit stop. So, you know, you don't have to answer me just yet. But what happened there on that restart?
There was a little bit of brake checking going on, people spinning tires and all that. And then, hang on, I'll get with you. I guess the people ahead of us, that was on about 10 lap old tires, and they couldn't get the traction down. Everybody checked up and went everywhere, and then piled up there.
Yeah, we know you all have one fast repair. You only had a little bit of damage on the rear end. We're looking at your car, your truck now. Did you use it there, or did you just let them beat it out?
I'll let them take the hammers to it.
Hey, man, that's how you do it. Well, good luck out there, man. And, you know, it seems like it's a little bit tricky getting on the brakes, man. What's going on with that?
Yeah, right now it's a lot of the give and take. Give some people some room, check up early. I guess later in the race, if we get on a longer run, we'll start playing with the brake biases and putting some more front brake, whatnot, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. I was talking about that. This looks like it wants to come around on you on entry there if you get hard on the binders. So you're in the back now, man. You got your work cut out for you. Well, not all the way in the back, but
no, I'll be close enough.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, good luck, Noah.
Yeah, thank you.
That was fun to talk to. You notice he paused while he was coming on into his pit box. Didn't want to slide through his box, and he did let him bang out his rear end there, which I'm sure he's quite used to. Get it? Right now, your leader is the 119 of Corey Stancil. Dustin German in second. Kyle Edgar, Charles Silvis, Randy Brashear is your top 5. Was that wrong, or? Oh, well. Too late now. So, Drew, tell Pumpy Corey Stansel's out there leading laps after coming from the back. He has that truck, that Skull Silverado up front now, right behind the pace car, and he's going to be the one sending them off into turn number 1 and starting this next green flag restart. They're going to double up. It's going to be Corey Stansel and Dustin German. First row. Second row is going to be Kyle Edgar and Charles Silvas. Third row is going to be the 23 of Randy Brashears and the 123 of Blake Mosley. Fourth row is going to be Dustin Heath and the 41 of Rob Nickel. And right behind them, we're going to have the 53 of Dave Hunt. And on the outside of Dave in that fourth row, Derek Myers, Sean Freeman, Noah Samples, Ryan Kendrick, Chris Navarre, and Scott Crump, Brandon Smith, all at the tail end of this. Here we go, getting set to go back green flag racing here at Gateway Motorsports Park for the IAA iRacing iFlag Truck Series presented by XRE. Corey Stansels has the field at his control. Green flag is out, and he kind of hesitated. The flag came out. Dustin German, he was all over it. Therefore, he is about a half a truck ahead of Corey Stansel as they dive down into turn number 1. German has Corey Stansel clear, and Stansel's 3 wide just for a second. Kyle Edgar, Blake Mosley, and Corey Stamp. 3 wide going into turn number 3. Stansel backs out of it, says, hold on, you guys being way too aggressive for me right now. It's too early for all that, so he's going to back out of it. Randy Brashear is going to put him 2 wide there as they go off into turn number 1. We're watching a battle between Mosley and Edgar as Edgar tries to power by Mosley on the inside. The high side has been prevailing there through turns number 1 and 2, and it does it again. Edgar not going to give up. All over the back. Oh, you see him get loose on entry there, just like a lot of these other drivers have already done. So even the best still having trouble getting on the brakes here, and that's Kyle Edgar. Kyle has 3 wins this season, so we know he's got what it takes. And I believe he's second in the points, only 6 points behind Dustin German. Contact Corey Stansel and Dustin Heath. Stansel goes around the 53. Dave Hunt got caught up in it along with Chris Nabwernick, Ryan Kendrick. And we watched the 41 of Rob Nickel cut his path through there. Zigzags his way. Charles Silva's involved as well. Let's go look on the replay and see what happened. We actually watched it, but we'll watch it again. Dustin Heath and Corey Stansel side by side. Maybe a little net code, maybe not. Derek Myers barely slides through. Charles Silva's hard on the brakes. He spins to the bottom. Ryan Kendrick, nothing he can do. Really puts a lot of damage on that 55 truck. So trouble for Corey Stansel. Very unlucky driver right there, starting on the pole. Now he's back in the back, involved in an accident there. Up front, these drivers stay out. Dustin German, Blake Mosley, Kyle Edgar. And also the 23 of Randy Brashears. Derek Myers, Rob Nickel, and Hollywood Charles Silvas, I believe. All those drivers stay out. The first one on pit row is Noah Samples, followed by 96 Dustin Heath, Sean Freeman. They're coming out now here. Still got a couple trucks on pit road getting some work done. All right, well, hey, let's see if we can find another one on the radio. This time, let's talk to Sean. Let's see if we can talk to Sean Freeman. Sean Freeman, Jay Weezer, you got me?
Yes, sir.
What's the biggest trouble you guys are having out there? Is it the entry?
Yeah, I think people are locking them up, going on entry, and just kind of spinning around that, or they're being a little bit over aggressive, and that seems to be a big issue they're having right now as well.
Yeah, well, you got a nice, clean truck out there. Have you used your fast repair just yet?
Yeah, I just used it right now, actually. I got involved in that caution on lap 16.
Yeah.
I went low to avoid it, and the car in front of me was blocking the path, and I didn't see the car right in front of him, and I nosed into him.
Oh, I hate to hear that, man.
Yeah, I was going to try to let it time out and fix it itself, but it was a 5-minute repair, and I wasn't about to get lapped.
Oh, I totally agree, man. Just keep it clean. I know you got a lot of fast drivers in front of you. You're about middle of the pack right now. Good luck.
Thank you.
The 87 of Sean Freeman right now. Got him a brand new truck. Trying to do it again. Right now, here's your leader, Dustin German. Blake Mosley, Kyle Edgar, not far behind him. This time, it's going to be on Dustin German here. When the green flag drops, he's going to smash that metal pedal down. This is caution number 4. 13 laps under caution here out of 28. So about 50% of the race has been under caution here, but we got a long way to go. Still got about 52 laps to go. And let's check out the weather here one more time. Looks like the track going down. It was 80. Now it's down to 79. So a little bit more grip as it gets cooler. All right, this restart, we're gonna ride on board with Dustin German. And we'll be able to see all the madness that goes on behind him from this camera. He wastes no time getting on that throttle. Gets a good start, about 2.5 truck lengths over Blake Mosley. They go side by side behind him. Mosley shoots up the track just a little bit. That allows Kyle Edgar to get a nice run around the bottom. Not enough to get around Blake Mosley. Mosley with a good run down the backstretch. Kyle Edgar looking to put some pressure here on Blake Mosley. Let's take a look further back. Mosley up the racetrack again. He keeps doing that. Kyle Edgar will be able to stick his nose in there on the bottom. We got a 2-wide battle here. Corey Stansel back out there with a brand new truck. Trying to get to the inside of Charles Silvest in the 28. Noah Sample's right in front of them. There's the bumps getting down into turn number 1, so that could be the reason why these drivers are having trouble on entry. A little bit bumpy around Gateway. It's a tricky track. And, you know, a lot of times you don't see a lot of races here but these trucks seem to come here an awful lot. Our top three are all over each other. Edgar, it gets into the wall. Derek Myers has to make an evasive move, drops to the inside of Edgar. Almost got caught up in that one. Edgar driving it really hard there, pulls up on the outside of Derek Myers. Was able to keep up that speed somehow. Myers gonna let him go. Looks like Mosley sideways into turn number 1. What a save by Blake Mosley there. Lots of trouble by these drivers getting into the corner, causing that truck to come out, kick out on them. But a great driving job there done by the 123. Right behind him, we got a side-by-side battle. Noah Samples, he's got his hands full of Randy Brashears in the 23. They're gonna go into turn 1 side-by-side. The pack is back on the back bumper there, on the back tailgate of that 8. He's gonna drop back there, let Randy jump up out in front of him. Dustin German opening up a can as he is about 1.7 seconds out in front of Derek Myers. I'm not sure how far they can go on fuel, but pit stops might be coming up here shortly. We're about 22 laps in for some of these guys, and about 9 laps in for a lot of these other drivers. You hear Derek Myers downshifting there, driving the heck out of that truck. Icy, what's up, Icy? Drivers starting to spread out a little bit, as you see. Corey Stansel right there in 9th. Sean Freeman behind him. Caution does fly for the 5th time here tonight. Not sure why. Maybe we will, let's hit the magic button. How about that? Let's try the magic button this time. See what happened. All right, I think I found it here. Let's watch the 96 of Dustin Heath. Coming off of turn number 2 here. Oh, a little bit sideways, catches it. And then right into the outside wall, spins it around a little bit. So you see what happened that time. Right in front of, wow, Sean Freeman would, oh, Sean Freeman almost had it. Missed. Let's watch Sean Freeman here one time because he almost caught the 96 of Dustin Heath. Oh. 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 Well, it wasn't too hard of a hit. but it was definitely a hit. Drivers on pit road now. I believe all of them will come in here. Dustin German came in as the leader. Will come out first. Kyle Edgar in third. Derek Myers come out second. In between those two drivers, Rick Swaverly right there. Dustin Heath headed back out on the track. There's your second place truck right now. That's because Randy Brashears hasn't came down pit road just yet, but once it cycles through, Dustin German will be your leader. Derek Myers in second. Let's see if we can talk. We haven't talked to him just yet. Let's see if we can find Derek Myers on the radio. Derek Myers, Jay Weezy, you got a copy?
What's up, Jerry?
Hey, man, you ain't been back since, I think, Kentucky, where you got a win, and you got a fast truck tonight, man. What's it like out there? Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's good to be back. You know, hopefully gonna get 2 for 2 here. But tonight, you know, with the shifting and stuff, that's why probably there's a lot of cautions. People misjudging their shivs and stuff, and that gets them loose. And yeah, people are just driving over really aggressive. Unfortunately, I got in a wreck earlier. So, but you know, it's a fun race. I wish we could get a long green flag run because I'm better as the laps go on. I started to reel in Boss there on that green flag run. But yeah, it's a good race. What do you think of it?
Yeah, it looks like they're having a little bit of trouble coming into the corner, and then after a little bit of a run, you know, it seems like it's getting a little bit loose, especially with them downshifting, causing the truck to want to come around on them either when they're hard on the brake or hard on the gas on exits. So it's a little tough to watch, you know, not knowing. It's kind of unpredictable, it seems like.
Yeah, it is. It's a challenge. I'm kind of playing defense, or at least I was when I was back there in the middle of the pack. I was, you know, after using your faster pair, I can't afford any more mistakes or else it'll put me out of the race. But now I'm back at the front, and hopefully I can stay.
Oh, absolutely. Keep it up front, keep it clean, and see if you can run down Dustin German. It looks like the leader stayed out. He's going to have quite a few laps on his tires, so be careful on the restart again.
All right, thank you. Hopefully you get to watch a good race.
Yeah, let's see it go green. How many laps you get, do you know?
I do not know.
All right.
I don't know if we'll get to figure that out, though. But yeah, see you.
Yeah, I hope so. That was Derek Myers there in the number 4 machine. He's starting on the inside of the second row. Dustin German got 4 fresh tires and a full tank of Sunoco racing fuel. He's going to be starting on the outside. Randy Brashears, your leader, he's been out there for showing 28 laps. So Randy got a lot of laps on his tires. It's going to be tough for him to be able to hold off these other drivers. They're going to have to figure out how to get around the 23 clean. And if I had to guess, I'd say the 23 will be dropping back fairly quickly. Everybody else has brand new tires. Here we go, Randy. Hammers down. Randy Brashears did a great job getting down in and through 1 and 2. Losing some ground on the backstretch. And before that first lap is complete, he does drop back to 6th. So those old tires playing a role on how fast he can go. And he's still too wide there. The 53 of Dave Hunt on his inside. And right in front of him, the 8 of Noah Samples. He's on the inside of Derek Myers. Here comes Blake Mosley in the 123. He's looking to cash in on Derek Myers with Noah Samples. But we got a race going on right here. Derek Myers figures out how to get through turns number 1 and 2 and is able to hop back out in front of Noah Samples. Noah pulls up to his inside there as they cross each other up. Blake Mosley thinking about making it 3 wide as they go into 1, thought better of it. Myers up the racetrack. Mosley throws it down in there, slides up the track. Noah Samples goes to the bottom and gets a great run off of turn number 4. He's going to be on to that. He's going to be in that 4th spot as they cross the start-finish line. Mosley shoots up the racetrack in the high line. But a good run off the corner there. That's going to allow him to clear the 8. Randy Brashear's trying to move in as well. He's been watching these guys. Dustin German and Kyle Edgar battling each other for the points lead and also battling each other for the lead of Gateway here tonight. Chase race number 2. Race number 9 of the season for the International Asphalt Association's iRacing iFlag Truck Series, presented by XRE Xcaliber Racing Engines. Check out iRacing iFlag, iRacingIFlag.com, and also click on the links in this description. You'll be able to go to their Facebook page where you can find out anything you want to know. Any information you want to know about the race here tonight or how to join the International Asphalt Association, then check out the description of this video. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, if you're watching on Twitch, of course, they limit the amount of information you can put in the description, but head on over to YouTube or Facebook and you can find out everything on our page, SRTV Network. A little bit loose on exit. Mosley and Myers still going at it for that 3rd position. Blake firing off at Derek. Got to his inside as they enter turn number 3. Couldn't do nothing on exit. It's going to lose about a car and a half on that straightaway. Long straightaways here at Gateway, so getting a good runoff. One of the most important parts about racing here. You got a choice. You can be fast through the corner or you can be fast after the corner. But if you're going to win this one, you got to figure out how to be fast on both. Oh. Kyle Edgar might have got a little bit of damage from that. Looks like the 63 of Chris Nawernick and the 47 of Kyle Edgar made some contact. Mosley, looks like Blake Mosley might have burnt up his equipment there. And absolutely a caution will come out for that one. Mosley was driving that thing hard, and you know, that's the end result of driving those trucks really hard is, you know, those tires, they only stay underneath you for a certain amount of time, and they've been out there for a little over 10 laps. And, you know, usually guys that are fast early on usually aren't fast later on. And when I'm out there, I try to hold off these drivers at least for 10 laps. If I can hold them off for 10 laps, then I know I can pull away from him. You know, it just depending on how they've been driving their cars. So if they drive it really hard, the first 10 laps usually pretty good for them. But right after that, them tires start to heat up and go away. And I believe that might be what happened to Mosley. So let's take a look on the replay. All right, here we go. Let's ride on board with Blake Mosley as he is trying to get underneath Kyle Edgar here on entry. He gets hard on the brake. And he might have downshifted right there, which, oh, right up the racetrack. See, sometimes it's better to just loop it on around instead of trying to hang on to it, keep it going straight. Because that way it don't come back up the racetrack. And you don't tear your truck up, but you know, it's just natural to want to save that thing and get it going straight again. But the problem with that is if you don't, it will overcorrect. It'll shoot back up the racetrack right in front of the other drivers, and then you might have either a bad truck after that, or somebody else might get really tore up from it, and I believe that's what happened there. But Blake Mosley, he comes in, gets down on pit road, and uses his quick repair and gets back out there. So Blake Mosley not any damage on that race truck right now. But if it happens again, he's going to have some trouble. Sean Freeman being scored as your leader right now because he stayed out to lead a lap. Now he's going to go down pit road here. Well, let's talk to Corey Stansel. We haven't talked to Corey yet. See if we can find Corey here on the radio. Corey Stansel, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Yeah, buddy. How you doing?
Hey man, doing good. Watching you guys out there. It's looks like a tough track here tonight at Gateway. How's it going for you?
Oh, I'm not good at this track, I can tell you that.
Yeah, man. I see a lot of drivers downshifting, but it's causing them some trouble when they do that, you know, and a little bit of trouble on entry and exit of the corner, man. So it's really tough in the corners here at Gateway.
I'm not even downshifting. I'm just backing the corners up and letting it roll.
That's right. Hey, I don't either. I'm along with you on that, Corey. Sometimes it's a little worse for you to downshift than it is. It'll benefit you more not to. So I'm right with you on that. Big main thing here is getting a good run down these long straightaways and keeping that truck clean.
Yeah, let's hope I can.
Yeah, looks good right now. I know you was in some trouble earlier, but we seen you in the back. We seen you up there leading some laps, and right now you're in 6th, so you're hanging in there. Good job out there.
I appreciate it, Jay Weezy.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Yep.
Also, you got some people out there watching, I believe.
I believe I do.
Yeah, Drew Harris, he said, Puppy says good luck.
I tell him, I said I appreciate it because I need it.
Hey, they can hear you. All right, man, I'll let you get back to work.
I appreciate it, Jay Weezy.
All right, that was Corey Stansel, the 119 truck out there. It looks like skulls on that thing. Dustin German, your leader. Derek Myers on his outside first row. In the second row, it's going to be Noah Samples inside and the 53 of Dave Hunt on the outside. Third row is going to be Randy Brashears and Corey Stansel. Here we go. Green flag is out. Dustin German with the hammer down once again. Let's go back and watch this battle right now. Randy Brashears, Corey Stansel going at it along with Charles Silvis and Ryan Kendrick. Corey Stansel holds on to his position over Randy Brashears. That's going to put Corey up to 5th. Ryan Kendrick is flying in that 55 all over the back of Randy Brashears. Here comes Hollywood. Charles Silvis pulls right up to the inside of Ryan. They go side by side through the corner, but the 55 gets a good run on the exit. Not quite enough to clear. Yeah, it is. He has him cleared just before entry. Charles Silva's in the 28, looking good right now. And right behind him, we got Rob Nickel in the 41, Dr. Pepper Silverado. And we also have a battle behind them. All right, where's it at? There it is. Here comes Blake Mosley trying to get back up to the front. Trying to follow Ryan Kendrick through to get around the 41. What happened to Derek Myers? He lost a lot of positions there in the number 4. He's back to 12th. Let's go take a look on the replay and see what happened to Derek Myers. Oh, he's sideways through the corner here. It's turns 3 and 4. Has to go through the grass and get back up on the racetrack. And that slows him down long enough for almost all these drivers to get around him. Let's go back live here where he's battling with Scott Crump. But up front, Noah Samples, he is having a great run here right now. Currently in second. Dustin German, 1.9 seconds ahead of him. Dave Hunt in third, the 53 machine, having a great run here tonight as well. Randy Brashears, the 23, he's been battling here tonight with a lot of these guys, but he's managed to get away from them here in fourth. And we got a pack of crazy animals right here. Pack of wild horses, it looks like. Corey Stansel out in front of these guys. Blake Mosley in the 123. Kyle Edgar. Oh, the 28 of Charles Silvas taps the wall on the exit. Blake Mosley pulls to the inside of Corey Stansel. And he throws it down into turn number 3. Kyle Edgar goes along with him. The only problem with not shifting here is you don't get quite the run that these other drivers get, so it might be about 2 or 3 miles per hour slower on the straightaway. Hey, I hear you, Rick. I hear you, man. Run it. Hey, run that Robert Presley paint. Whatever does the trick. Oh, Ryan Kendrick gets a little bobble on the entry of turn 1. When he got hard on the brake, Corey Stansel is running right around the bottom. That's where he loses his time from not downshifting it. A little bit slower on the straightaways, but very, very easy on your truck. So if this thing goes green, these other drivers might have some trouble. Corey Stansel will drive right around them. Derek Myers, Charles Silvas, and Dustin Heath all nose to tail right behind Corey. Myers sticks it to the inside of Charles Silvas. Stansel up the racetrack just a little bit. Myers with a good run off of turn 2. As he drafts that air off of Corey Stansel, looking to the inside as he goes into turn number 3. Wasn't quite there, but he seen the door was open, so he stuck it on in there. Derek couldn't do it in turns 3 and 4, loses a little bit of ground to him on the straightaway. Up front, Dustin German still leading laps, 40 laps led by the 6 tonight. Noah Samples running strong in the number 8. You see him creeping up to the back bumper of Dustin German. He closed that gap between him and German. It was 1.7, 1.9. He's got it down to 0.7, so he's knocked off a whole second. as he is trying to run down that number 6 machine, and he is doing it. Noah might have found something here, and it's working. If this thing goes green, Dustin German might want to watch out because the 8 of Noah Samples has narrowed it down. He knocked off 3 more tenths that time by. He's got it down to 4/10 of a second, and big as ever in the rearview mirror of Dustin German. Caution does fly here one more time. Not what Noah Samples wanted to see. Not what I wanted to see. And it definitely isn't what Kyle Edgar wanted to see, because I believe he was involved in that caution. Let's see what happened to the 47 of Edgar. Driving down into turn number 1. He does have a little bit of damage on that truck. Pushes up the racetrack a little bit. Gets hard on the throttle. I believe he might have been going to shift down to 3rd. And when you do that, you have to give it some throttle. You have to hit that gas pedal a little bit because it'll make that truck kick out. Not quite sure if that's why he went around, but it definitely had some older tires on it. You see he's having a hard time there getting it back going straight again. And that will bring out the caution. I'm sure Dustin German doesn't mind seeing that. Okay, we got some drivers that decided to stay out. Derek Myers, the first one, along with Corey Stansel and Scott Crump, along with Kyle Edgar, which was involved in that caution. Well, the reason of that caution, I believe he will receive an end of the line penalty for being the reason the caution come out, but I'm not sure. Yeah, let's take a look at the point standings right now, Rick. I'm glad you said something. We'll pull that up real quick and we'll take a look at what's going on with the points here, because 2 drivers will not advance to round 2. And right now, Dustin German, Scott Crump, Randy Brashear's locked in. I think Kyle Edgar is. 2 of these drivers will fall off. Ethan Stuckwisch being one of them. And of course, Richard Swaverly there, 20 points out. He might be the other one. All the other drivers still out on the racetrack, so not looking good for the 38 or Swaverly. By the way, round 2 starts at Iowa, and then it goes to Talladega, where they will lose 2 more drivers out of the chase. Then the top 4 are going to battle it out at Richmond International Speedway for the championship here for the iRacing iFlag Truck Series presented by XRE. Dustin German was your leader before that, when that caution came out. Currently sitting in 4th right here. The first driver on new tires is Randy Brashears. Blake Mosley and Randy Brashears both took 2 tires. So that's going to be trouble. I can guarantee you that. These drivers already having trouble, and then deciding to take 2 tires, probably not the right call to make here, especially at the end of the race. So here's what it looks like. Derek Myers and Blake Mosley on the front row of this one. Derek Myers did not take tires. Blake Mosley took 2 right sides. Second row is Randy Brashears and Dustin German. Randy Brashears took 2 tires. Dustin German took 4. Noah Samples currently in 5th right now, starting in that 3rd row inside. He took 4 tires along with Dave Hunt, Rob Nickel, Ryan Kendrick, Charles Silvas, Dustin Heath, all those drivers. 4 fresh tires on that thing, so good luck. 10 laps to go right now. It's going to be 9 laps to go when it goes back green. Derek Myers, your leader. He's going to be the one that sends them off into turn number 1. So he's going to need to get a good jump. Restarting with old tires. Let's see how it works out for Derek Myers. Works out pretty good. He gets that good jump that he needed. Blake Mosley and Dustin German on the outside. Randy Brashears on the inside of German. Mosley up the track just a little bit. German on those 4 tires. Randy Brashears on 2. Everybody in front of Dustin German, they are on older, they don't have 4 fresh tires. Oh, Derek Myers. Caution out. Derek Myers just loses it coming off of turn number 4. And wow, what a wreck that was. Look at that. The Ford truck sitting there in bad shape. Let's take a look on the replay. When he comes off of turn 2, looking good there. He has Blake Mosley right behind him. Mosley with those 2 tires. Myers goes down into turn number 3. Oh, he gets loose, tries to catch it hard up into the outside wall. Ryan Kendrick hard into Derek Myers. Really bad for Ryan Kendrick. Let's take a look at his car. Oh no, as he comes down pit road, that might be the end of it for Ryan Kendrick. So a bad call by Derek Myers, staying out on older tires just might be the end of it for Ryan Kendrick, but I believe he still will be okay as far as the chase goes. I think he does advance on through. I think it's going to be Richard Swaverly and Ethan Stuckwisch that'll be eliminated here tonight. All right, when they go back green, I believe it'll be about 4 laps to go. Let's see if we can talk to one of these drivers. Where's Kyle Edgar at? Kyle Edgar a little bit further back than he'd probably like to be. He didn't come down pit road. All right, well. Well, let's talk to Dustin German once again. Well, let's talk to Blake Mosley. How about that? Blake Mosley, Jay Weezy, you got me?
I do.
Well, it looks like a little bit of pit strategy might have you up front in the lead there. Having 2 tires over 4, does that worry you any?
Actually, I rotated through the corner a little better than Dustin with the 2 because it really loosens the car up. The car's pushed real hard on new tires. So I put 2 on there and made it through that corner, and it was fast. I don't know what happened to Derek in 3 and 4. He just snapped right in front of me. I thought I had something to do with it. I don't think we were even close.
Yeah, we just watched the replay of that, and he just loses it there. Does that worry you? I mean, he didn't have any tires, and you did get 2 freshies, so you might have a little advantage over him.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have 4 or 5 to go here. I think I can hold them off for 4 or 5 laps. I was definitely the fastest car in that long run. I wouldn't have probably caught them if the caution hadn't have came out, but I seen we had 10 to go. I figured I'd go for the 2 tires and at least try it. It won't hurt. I'm not in the chase. I'm here to win.
Hey, I hear you, man. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Blake coming down with a little bit of pit strategy, trying to get a win here. He said, hey, I'm not in a chase. I'm here for wins. Let's see if we can do it. And it's going to be a 4-lap race to the end. Dustin German is going to be starting on the outside with those new tires. Him and Noah Samples in the outside line, both on fresh tires. And the 2 cars on the inside of the first 2 rows on 2 tires. So we'll see what happens here. If Dustin German and Noah Samples can time this restart just right, they should have a shot at it. And they might be able to run them down. We'll see. But with Blake Mosley having 2 tires, I should have asked him, are you nervous about this restart? Because sometimes on 2 tires, the truck will get away from you. We're about to find out. Pace car pulls off the racetrack, leaves it wide open for Blake Mosley. And he hammers down. Green flag once again, 4 laps to go. That means if the caution comes back out, this thing is over. Let's see if German or Samples can get around Blake Mosley before that happens. So far, so good for the 123 of Mosley. Seems to be working out for him. This time by, it's going to be 2 to go. You see the distance between him and the 6 of Dustin German, about 2 truck lengths there. Noah Samples into the wall there. That's going to slow down his long straightaway speed. Still in 3rd. Randy Brashear's a little bit further back. Dustin German pulls up right on the back bumper of Blake Mosley. Looks to the inside. Oh, has to lift. Didn't want to get into the left rear of Blake Mosley. That kills his straightaway speed. This is the last time around and the last chance for Dustin German to get around the 123. Mosley off of turn number 4. He did it. He held off Dustin German on 2 tires and he's able to get the win. Great job by Blake Mosley and a good call for him as well to be able to come home with the trophy and the checkered flag here. Dustin German gives him a little bit of a tap there, congratulating him on the win. All right, we got driver interviews coming right up, but first, let's take a look at our race results here for tonight. Blake Mosley gets the win. Dustin German and Noah Samples finish on the podium. Dave Hunt finishes 4th. 5th is Randy Brashear. 6th is Hollywood Charles Silva. 7th, Dustin Heath. 8th, Kyle Edgar. 9th is Rob Nickel. 10th, Corey Stansel. 11th is Sean Freeman. 12th is Brandon Smith. Oh, I'm sorry. 13th is Scott Crump. 14th, Derek Myers. 15th is Ryan Kendrick. Chris Nabwernick is 16th. And 17th goes to Richard Schwaverly. Blake Mosley burning them down. All right, let's pull up our 3rd place finisher here. Noah Samples. Noah Samples, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, you made a good call. You come down pit road, you got 4 tires. Just didn't have it. Looked like you got into the outside wall there with 2 to go.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Up 2 tires. Well, late in the run, the truck felt like it was rotating better. And then Blake took 2 tires and said it rotated better. I took 4 and it was tight as can be.
Yeah, that might be the difference, you know, but that's a big gamble to take 2 tires at the end of a race. But he's not in a chase, man. He said it. He's going for wins. So, you know, you make those calls based on what's going on. And, you know, he got the win doing it. So I tip my hat to him for that, man. But good run for you tonight in the 8. Didn't lead any laps out there, but you started 7th and brought it home 3rd. So good job out there tonight. Anybody want to thank?
Mom, Dad, you for being a great Kentucky fan. Blake Mosley, I guess the boys over at Coast to Coast. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, hey, man. I'm a Kentucky fan. You're a Louisville fan. That's just how it goes.
All righty then.
All right, Noah, man. Good job tonight. Finishing on the podium. Finishing 3rd. Let's talk to our 2nd place finisher here, Dustin German. Dustin German's Jay Weezy. You got me?
Yeah, bud, how you doing?
Hey, what was going through your mind on that restart? I know you knew, or I don't know if you knew for sure, but he had 2 tires. Did you think you was going to be able to get around him? And what was going through your mind there on that last lap?
Yeah, I knew he took 2 there. I didn't get the best of restarts, and I don't know. I could have did him dirty and probably hit him, but I don't race like that, man.
Yeah. We see you coming off 2, and you know you was there, and you just had to back out of it there. Otherwise, you would have got into him.
Yeah, it was a little close, man. I thought about it for sure, but yeah, I just don't race like that. But yeah, good win to Blake, man. That was a good race. I led a lot of laps. Gotten kind of stings a little bit, but it is what it is. I'll take the 2nd place finish and go on to the next one, man.
Yeah, well, hey, man, I would have did the same thing you did. It's a really gutsy, it's a lot of gambling going on when you take 2 tires, and fortunately it worked out for him tonight. Usually 9 times out of 10 it don't work. Me and you know that both. But he said it made it rotate a little bit better in the center, and that might have been the decision, but it could have went the totally opposite way. He could have went, you know, up into the wall, got loose or something like that. So I think you made the right call. Didn't get the win, but you led 43 laps out there tonight. You pretty much dominated this thing.
Yeah, I kind of made a little bit of a call on pit road. I didn't know how it would work, and I know better next time. But yeah, man, a lot of laps led. You know, they know I'm here. I'm here for the win. You know, for the championship. You know, I'll take all the wins I can get. But like I said, congratulations to Blake, and it was a good race after we got through that caution period.
Yeah, good points run for you too. Come into tonight with a 6-point lead over 2nd place, and it looks like you're going to extend that lead and move on to round 2. Anybody want to thank?
Yeah, thank you, Jay, man, for broadcasting this thing, taking the time out of your day, and SRTV on the hood of this thing, and American Foundation for the Blind, and International Asphalt Association for putting this league on, and all the guys putting up the money for these chase races to get out here and win this money, and everybody that's watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. Come back next week.
Absolutely, man. Next week, we're going to Iowa for round number 2. Then we're going to Talladega. Then we're going to drop 2 more out of the chase. Good talking to you, Dustin. Good job tonight.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right, let's talk to the winner of this thing, Blake Mosley. He started 4th, finished 1st, led 9 laps. Blake Mosley, is Jay Weezy got a copy?
I do.
Well, it worked out for you. I was a little skeptical, and personally, I wouldn't have took 2 tires. 9 times out of 10, you know, it don't work. But tonight, it worked out for you. Congratulations on the win.
Yep, I appreciate. Yeah, when we were practicing earlier, I practiced the 2 and 4 tires in the dark, and it seems like on the nighttime tracks, the 2 tires, you can do 2 tires, but when you're running on daytime tracks, it's just so slick, you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, you said it, man. You're out here going for wins, so you know that little bit of gambling. I don't blame you. You know, it's always fun to watch you guys gamble out there too. You know, on that restart, you had the 2 guys on the outside, front 2 rows had 4 tires. The 2 guys on the inside had 2 tires, so wasn't sure how it was going to work out for you, man. But you was able to keep it out in front of Dustin German, which pretty much dominated here tonight. He led, I think, 43 laps tonight. So. Man, phenomenal job by you. Good call, and a win for you, man. It's always fun to win, right?
That's right. Hey, I learned from the best.
Anybody want to thank for your win?
Yeah, basically you for getting me into the asphalt stuff a long time ago. You taught me how to drive on these tracks and all, so I definitely got to thank you. SRTV, iRacing, iFlag, Turner Automotive, CNC Construction. I'm sure I'm missing a few of them too.
Hey, man.
And Xcaliber Racing Engines.
You had one heck of a burnout, man. That was fun to watch you do your little victory burnout. And I seen Dustin come up there and tap you there, or you would have finished with a pretty clean truck. But hey, man, these guys coming up and congratulating you on a win, you know what that means. It means they really wanted it and they didn't get it. Tonight it was all you, Blake. Good job.
You know, I've been second so many races this season, and then just bad luck hits me. I changed the color of the truck. I know people don't believe in superstition and all that. I'm normally in an orange and black truck. I went back to my pink truck tonight, and I won, so I think I'm going to stick with the pink truck for a little bit.
Hey, man, Rick Schwaverly seems to think so, too. He said he's going to change his paint scheme, too. He's having some bad luck with the one he ran tonight. You was having a little bit of trouble early on. I seen you know, try to save it there and ends up snapping back up the track. So luckily you guys have fast repairs, man. You was able to make a great comeback to come home and win this one.
Yeah, I downshifted too quick going into one, which it was bound to happen. We were racing hard up there. I mean, it's hard to hit your shift every time, and it just snapped around on me. I thought I had it saved, as I saved it the time before, but as soon as I got back in the gas to try to rotate it back forward, it just snapped hard right. And yeah. Rick was just wrong place, wrong time. And I really feel bad for Rick. If you're watching this, man, I apologize.
Yeah, man, it happens, you know. And you got 2 choices. You can spin it on down out of the way and not hit nothing, or you can try to save it and go straight. And a lot of times it's just natural for us to want to come up out of these things, and it don't work out in our favor sometimes. But it is what it is.
As soon as it started snapping on me, I got back in the gas to try to get it up to the top of the track as fast as possible, as I knew everybody would be on the bottom in that corner. And right as it was coming up, I think Rick actually took the outside line in that corner, and he was there, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, I hate it for him, man. But we're moving on. Round number 2 of the chase. We're going to Iowa next week. So good luck there, and we'll see you then.
Yep, I appreciate it.
All right. Congratulations to Blake Mosley on the win tonight here at Gateway Motorsports Park, which we don't come to very often, but it was definitely a fun show to watch, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. So for SRTV Network, I'm Jay Weezy. Thanks to everybody out there watching. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night.